Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. My name is Brandy and I'm going to be doing some readings for you today. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the channel. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you guys' comments, your likes, and your subscriptions. Y'all are helping me grow my channel. I appreciate it so much. So in today's reading, you have been asking questions, or maybe there's something that's been on your mind, something you want answers for, and these are going to be your answers. So there's 3 pile choices. For pile number 1, we have the calcite bird with the card of passion. For pile number 2, we have the blue aventurine snake with the card of courage. For pile number 3, we have the tiger-eyed dolphin with the card of love. I guess the bird looks better that way. Alright, you guys, these are the pile choices. I do have to apologize if y'all hear any sound interference. I do have some fans going here in my studio. It is summertime. There's no air conditioning in this room, so just bear with me until the months get cooler. I appreciate you guys supporting me anyway. Alright, if y'all need more time to meditate, just push the pause button and the timestamps will be listed in the description box below. And I'll see you all at your readings. Hello everyone who was drawn to the calcite bird and the card of passion. These are your messages, these are your answers for the questions that you may have been asking or thinking about lately. We're going to go ahead and pull your cards right here on camera. Actually, I'm feeling called to do this in the center today. So, passion. Let's take a look. Let's get some information. Ooh, pile number 1. Let me reshuffle. Okay. Alright, immediately your cards are wanting to come out. Let's see. What are the answers to the questions my pile number 1 has been asking? Let's do a cup of tarot. Can you please get some answers to the questions or to pile number 1 is seeking? Okay. Let's do some of the angel cards. Answers to pile number 1's questions. What are their messages? What are the answers? And let's do one of these. Your card says rise, passion. Oops, let me turn this down because this may be a little too loud in the background. Okay. One more card. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, and reach the sky. Okay. And it's card number 11. And for you, I feel like there is, card number 11s are about awakening. They're trusting your intuition, looking for a higher purpose, enlightenment. It's also a number 2, which is about harmony and positivity, partnership, relationship. Okay, let's see. So you have the turtle, and the turtle says, I am a determined person with the strength to follow through with what's best for me. I am strong, healthy, and unwavering in my body, mind, and spirit. I'm comfortable and I feel at home in my body. My connection with the cycles of the moon and planets is strong. Okay, and then on the back we have Prasiolite, which is green amethyst. And it says, do you stay the course and follow through on a task until completion? Are you able to recognize the value of the cyclical nature of life? Do you feel at home in your skin? Hasten slowly and maintain a steady focus on your goals. Spiritual practice is just that, practice. Connect with the cycles of the moon and the planets to embrace the natural ebb and flow of living. Okay, so some of you may be seeking your divine purpose. What are you meant to create? What are you meant to be doing with your life? How are you meant to serve the collective? Yeah, you're somebody who's very strong, you're very determined, which is why you want to put your skills to use. And, oops, let me turn that back around. Green amethyst, yeah, it's, something that you want to give from your heart. And the best thing that I can tell you how to find your purpose is to connect to your heart space and to do things that make you feel that you're passionate about doing, things that are creative, things that inspire you. That is like the thread that you must follow, the path that you go down in order to connect to your divine purpose, because your divine purpose has something to do with something that you're very passionate about. Now, some of you have been, because I do feel a little bit of a relationship question here with the passion, and we do have these two lovers on the front of the card, and it's 11, which is a 2 about partnership and harmony, and just relationship in general. So some of you may have been looking for maybe some renewed passion in the relationship. Maybe you're wanting to create a little bit of shift, a little bit of change. How to continue moving forward or to grow the love between the two of you. Yeah, with the I feel comfortable and feel at home in my body. All right. So yeah, I feel like there's some of you may be asking about a passionate relationship. Let's keep going. All right, so we have the Moki marbles, and that's so wild. So I think that's how you say it, the Moki marbles. There's actually, like, they usually sell them in pairs, and one is a male, and it's round, but it has this equator that runs around it. And the female is just completely circular, and usually they go together, and they're like a balance. They're a balancing set. So one has the masculine energy, one has the feminine energy. That's pretty wild that we were tuning in to the relationship here. And it says, have you noticed that you understand people speaking with a strong accent or a foreign language? Is it easy for you to shift your energy to be less noticeable? Tap into the magical part of yourself and listen. Do you understand vocalizations, even if they aren't in your native tongue? Comprehend communication skills from nature and animals. So I feel like this is about those of you where this is a relationship. There's something that needs to be communicated, perhaps to your partner. If you're wanting to grow with more love, expand the relationship, move it further in another direction. Maybe you're wanting to move forward into a new phase of the relationship. Perhaps you've been, dating for a long time, and you're ready to take the next steps going forward, whether that's moving in or meeting each other's parents. Perhaps you've already been living together and you're ready to take that next stage of a marriage, and so you're looking for a proposal and you're not sure how to, engage or get the ball moving, so to say, in that direction. And what Spirit is asking you is to communicate with the birds here, is to sit down and have that conversation with your beloved and express your feelings from the heart and let them know your intentions and your desires and commitment to one another, that you're wanting to have a commitment, a stronger bond with each other. And then we have the raven on the back, and it says, I am tapped into the spiritual laws and apply them to my life. I relate easily to others and align with their vibration. Languages and accents are interesting to me, and I learn from them. I hear and understand messages from Spirit. Magic is at play. I create my reality. And so I love that we have the raven coming out. So for those of you where this is a question that's not about relations, it's more about your purpose, we have the birds coming out. There's something that you're meant to communicate. There's something with your voice, or perhaps there's something, a musical gift or talent that you have, something that you're meant to share. Maybe there's a message. Maybe you're meant to teach. Perhaps you are meant to be a counselor, because we have listen as much as speaking. Some of you may be mediums. Take what resonates with you, because we have the raven, and the raven is able to traverse the shadow realms, and they're messengers for spirit. They're able to see, they bring messages from spirit to the physical. So I feel like some of you maybe, have a spiritual path for you, a spiritual gift that you're meant to bring forward and share to help others. Because those of you where you easily express yourself, communication is like a tool for you. And with the turtle on the back, you're able to move through different, you're very adaptable. You can traverse land and water. Yeah, and we have the connection to the moon, very feminine, very empathic, very loving, very kind, very heart-based. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. Okay, and we have the moon coming out here in the crown chakra. So this is about your personal truth and seeing things through, seeing the truth, seeing things as they really are. Maybe there's a certain perception that you have that needs to be shared. Card number 23, so we have a 5. And 5s are about changes and movement and shifts. And it's also about life lessons and being authentic. So for those of you where this is relates to the relationship, there's something that needs to be communicated, and maybe taking, allowing yourself to be vulnerable in your expressing of your love, and taking, letting your guard down and opening your heart to share and communicate your desires. And some of you, there's something that you need to see, something that needs to be communicated, or maybe perhaps the way that you see life, your certain perspective is what needs to be communicated with others. The way that you see things. And we have this, was this the Vesica Pisces? I think that's how you say that. This is the masculine and the feminine energies. And then this is the space, the void in between. It's where they come together and create unity. I love that. And we have the Moki balls coming through, the blend of masculine and feminine energy, as well as, the card number 2, partnership. Let's see what else this wants us to know. We have your effortless effort is fully required. Card number 39, this is a 3. This is expansion, abundance, connecting to your divine feminine and allowing it to just effortlessly flow. And that's the thing about your passion. When you're tuning in to things that you're passionate about, it's something that just flows from your heart. It's effortless. It's something that you enjoy doing. You just love it. So you love doing this. Like the time just flies by, you enjoy doing it. That's how you tap into your passion and your purpose, because it's something that you just love doing. That's part of your purpose. That is the thread that you follow, and eventually it opens up doors, and like a whole trail of signs and synchronicities just start to fall into your lap and into your awareness. You start to see the signs. You start to become more aware that this is the path that you're meant to be on. And for those of you where this is love, if it's truly meant to be, it will be something that it's so effortless, it's so easy. Your partner will be open and also wanting to move forward too, because they feel the same way. All right, we're into the tarot. We have the Queen of Fire with intelligent, exuberant, and determined. Yeah, see this, you know your strength. This is about self-empowerment, knowing your worth, knowing your value, being very passionate about what it is that you're creating. You're very wise. Yeah, and we have determined. Determined is coming out, has come through a couple times. So you're definitely determined to be successful or to move forward or to create your vision or to create your passion, to fulfill your purpose here. And we have the High Priestess with intuition, wisdom, and patience. So I love that we have the High Priestess coming out with the turtle, because it's a very feminine energy, and this is about being open to receiving, open to trust, opening to going with the flow, tuning into your heart space here, knowing your worth and your value, knowing that you're good enough. Yeah, and look, we have these little pigeons, and they're messengers too. So, it's so funny, we have the birds coming through here. These, and the reading is about messages from Spirit, It's just more confirmation that these are your Spirit is connecting to you and wanting to deliver these messages to you guys, whether it's the soulmate and you wanting to connect and move forward in a relationship, or those of you who are wanting to, move forward with your passions and how to bring it forward and fulfill your purpose here. So this is with the High Priestess, it's about going within into your heart space and tuning in to your divine feminine, your creative spark here, and utilizing the masculine and feminine energies, because with the fire is the feminine, and then we have the High Priestess, which is the divine, this one's the masculine, this one's the feminine, sorry. We have a lot of balancing of tuning into the heart, but then being very active, acting from the heart space here, using your intuition to guide you, and listening to your heart to either communicate your wishes and your desires, or to create your passions to fulfill your divine purpose. Yeah, and on this card here in this wallet, we have vision. I'm not sure what this one says. I think it says trust, but I'm not sure. And we have joy and mastery. I'm not sure what that word is down there. I think it's just supposed to be somebody's name. But I love that. It's, finding joy in your vision, the things that make you happy. You have the Ace of Water, emotions, relationships, and intuition. I love that with great confirmation. So this is about a new relationship, a new beginning, something that's going to be making you happy. It's going to make your inner child feel so happy. And that's another way of tapping into your purpose, into your passions. What did you enjoy doing in your youth? Something that you could do it all day long, and it was just something that you loved to do when you got up in the morning. That's all you could think about doing, because it just brought you so much joy. Did you love to dance? Did you love to paint? Did you love to sing? Did you love to craft? Did you love to bake? Did you love to garden? Did you love to write stories? What was it that made you, that lit your heart up and energized you? That's your link here. And to those of you, this is about a new start. This is also about blessings in the relationship And perhaps some of you are, this could be fertility, this could be a child, this could also be blessings in a marriage. So many things. It's about new beginnings here, a new page, a new step going forward, you know, another shift and a new beginning and a new phase of life in the relationship. This could also be the relationship that you have with yourself. And we have the Page of Earth, studious, prepared, and cheerful. Look, and he's holding this message in his hand. You know, this message is to be delivered to you. And I feel like some of you, yeah, you've been working towards this. You're prepared for it. You're ready for this change, for this shift, for this new phase of life where you can fulfill your dreams and your desires or your passions. You're ready to, you know, embark on that journey of finding your soul purpose or finding your soul mate and having that happily ever after, you know? Oh my goodness, look, we have new love, confirmation. Yeah, this could be new love in a relationship, you know, marriage or childbirth, new passion, new joy, something that you're wanting to create. Just confirmation. And you have support. Beautiful. I'm going to put this in the center of your reading. You are being supported by the angels, by Source. This is something that you're meant to bring forth. This, like I said, this is a blessing, a divine blessing. This either marriage, project, passion, child, you know, whether you're soon to get the news of being pregnant or the news of a new life, a new beginning, marriage, etc., or fulfilling this divine mission, your soul purpose. This is divinely guided here. Ooh, we have commitment. My thoughts, actions, words, and deeds support my commitment. The angels ask you to evaluate your commitments to others carefully as you enter this new phase. Get rid of anything that weighs you down, that weighs down your spirit. This could mean leaving draining jobs, commitments, or habits behind. Ooh, I love that for you. So the fact that you have commitment, I mean, you're very determined, so I feel like you're definitely going to commit, but let go of any fears of lack or doubt or anything that may be holding you back, and stay focused on creating this new phase of life that you're wanting to move into here. And we have self-love. I am worthy of love. Focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. You are being encouraged by the angels to make your relationship with yourself your number one priority rather than dwelling upon your shortcomings. You must accept and embrace who you are. I love that this just came after I said that. Love yourself. Keep pouring into your cup. And it's about self-love. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am good enough. My craft is good enough. I'm good enough in this relationship. I'm worthy. I am lovable. You know, all those things where you just fill yourself with love and passion and appreciation. So having that healthy relationship with yourself is also going to help you have that healthy relationship with another individual, and also have a healthy relationship with your purpose and the craft, whatever you're meant to be creating in this new phase of life that you're about to embark on. So your messages from Spirit is, yes, you are supported. Yes, move forward into this new phase of your relationship. Yes, it's time for you to utilize your passions to fulfill your soul purpose here, to connect to your destiny and what you're meant to be doing and creating here on the planet, all right? So those are your messages for today. These are your answers from Source. Sending y'all so much love. If this reading resonated with you, if this answered your question, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you don't know what to say, just let me know pile number 1 resonated with you. Please like and subscribe, you guys. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. Sending y'all so much love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. welcome to your reading pile number 2. You were drawn to the snake and the courage card. So you've been asking questions, or you've been on a seeking journey for answers, and these are your messages. So we're going to get some cards to pull for your reading. Let's see which ones we want to go with. All right, answers for pile number 2. So can we have some answers for pile number 2? Your cards are just falling out, so let's get some tarot. Can we have some answers for the questions pile number 2 have? Please, what are the answers that they are seeking? Just a few more tarot. Alright, we'll take them. What else? Let's get some angels. Pile number 2. Can we have some answers? Perfect. And some final cards. Answers and messages for the questions that pile number 2 have. Too many? Just give me 2, please. 2 would be perfect. One more. I love when they jump out, because then there's just this undeniable question. Alright, so let's see. Courage. You know what I was noticing is we have the snake here, and we have card number 17, and that is the number 8. And snakes, they shed their skin as they grow and evolve. And the number 8 is about karmic balance. It's about shifting out of one cycle into a new cycle. Limitless potential, and having strength and courage to evolve out of one phase of life or out of one space. It could be transitioning out of the past. This is also a connection to, karmic baggage, what is it? Ancestral karma, things like that, the past, the ancestral wisdom as well. And your card says, by shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. So I feel like maybe you've been wanting some changes, or maybe you've been looking for a phase of life to end. When is this going to be over? When am I going to... Maybe you've been in the phase of suffering or just struggle, and you're just wanting to know, when is this going to change? When am I going to be able to move forward? When is the energies going to shift? And you're being asked to have courage right now as you transition, because we do have a snake, and it is the year of the snake. So it's the year of purification. It's the year of growth and the ending of karmic cycles and the healing of generational trauma. So let's see if we can get any more further insight. We have the mouse. I am very perceptive and discerning in all areas of my life. I'm consciously aware of everything that is going on around me. I comprehend the details of everything that is set before me. I'm organized. I create a cozy nest in which to live and learn. Okay, so I have something that came through for that, but let me read the back side. So we have yellow jasper, and your questions are you paying attention to details? Do you have a tendency to over-scrutinize things? Consider recognizing and rearranging your home so that you can see what you need to see on all levels. You might be missing something that is right in front of you. It's time to pay attention to the minutiae of your life. With focus, you have the opportunity to see other areas of your life with greater clarity. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back over to the mouse real quick, because I have some information that came through for you guys that the mouse wants to say. Okay. So with the mouse, what I feel like is you have, especially coming out with the snake, there's been something that you've been going through. I feel like this could perhaps be, it may have to do with your childhood, but maybe not, or there could be a link or a connection to your childhood. There may have been things that you've been going through. It may have felt like, like you've been in the dark, or it's just been a struggle. And what Source wants you to know is that you have been learning things. You have been, especially where it says, consciously aware of everything that's going on around me. When you think about a mouse, they are very perceptive, they're very watchful, they protect themselves very much. They only come out when they feel like they are safe. And I feel like this may have something to do with not feeling safe right now. You don't feel secure. You don't feel stable in your life at the moment. Maybe things have been topsy-turvy. Just going through a lot right now. And I want you to know that the things will be changing. Things are shifting. Things are coming to the surface for you to observe them, to process them, to see them from a different perspective, a different light. Maybe some things are coming to your awareness for you to express yourself. Perhaps it could be maybe looking for the pattern. Is there a pattern that's been repeating in your life? And with the yellow jasper, I feel like Source wants you to just nurture yourself at the moment, to spend some time connecting to yourself, going within to your heart space, talking to yourself, comforting yourself while you're going through this change and transition. And know that these things that you have been going through are something that they're going to bring an opportunity in for you to bring change. So if you were born into a family that wasn't very nurturing, that wasn't very kind, maybe they were very harsh, very criticizing, not very connected and loving, that is not an environment where you wouldn't feel safe, where you would feel like you need to be more observant and that you would need to protect yourself because the ones who are supposed to be protective are the ones who make you feel like you need to protect yourself from, And when we have these experiences, Earth is a school, and we all take on certain life lessons. We all sign up for different experiences in life, and we choose certain things to learn from. And so if we are born into an environment where we don't feel safe, where we feel like we have to hide around the corners, where we need to protect ourselves, we are learning to protect ourselves, and we're learning how to set healthy boundaries. We're learning what love doesn't look like so that we know what true love does look like. And then we also learn how to take what we were given, and anything that there was a void or where there was a lack, we have to learn how to create that for ourselves, how to pour that into ourselves, and how not to bring that forward, So I feel like a lot of people who are born into these harsh environments, they're star seeds. They are the light bringers because they're born into the places where there's darkness, where there's not a lot of love, not a lot of compassion, not a lot of nurturing, in order to understand what it looks like and how to apply their light working skills. Where do I need to insert more love, more awareness into this family? Because this family has had lifetimes or generations where there hasn't been a lot of love, there hasn't been a lot of protection, there hasn't been a lot of nurturing of the children, there hasn't been a lot of family time, fostering healthy relationships. So I'm going to insert myself, I'm going to incarnate into this dark family, into this family that has a lot of trauma and a lot of pain and suffering, and I'm going to bring my love and my light into those spaces so that I can stop the incarnation cycle where more darkness is being created and creating legacies of darkness, where I want to create legacies of light and love. And so you've chosen to incarnate into a situation that doesn't have a lot of light, and you're there to seed that light and to grow that light so that it can produce more, so it can create a space for more light to enter, more love to enter. There has to be somebody who's brave enough and has enough courage to go into those dark spaces and dark, the trauma-filled pain and suffering, in order to learn from them and learn where to apply your light working skills, where to apply your love, so that you can create that and bring it forth. And then more light workers can enter through that space that you've created and can bring forth their knowledge and their love and create more families and more legacies of love and light through your sacrifice, through your courage. So you're there to bring more love. And so if you find that there's memories that are coming up, or traumas from your childhood and past, and what is it that you're learning, this is the skin that you're shedding. You're shedding those memories, that pain, the darkness, and you're growing into more light and more awareness of what you're here for. Why are you here? And that's why the Jasper came out, because this is loving and nurturing energy. So working with Jasper will help you learn to nurture and love yourself. So when you were born into a place where there's a void of love, a void of nurturing, that's where you want to plant that seed. And it has to come from your own heart, from your life. So if you felt in your childhood at some point in your life where you felt abandoned or ignored or unloved or unworthy, or whatever the case may be, you are there to bring that in, to seed that in your own heart, to love yourself, give that love to you. Remember that you are lovable, you are worthy, and bring that forward now into this next phase of your life. Because when we have number 8, it is about shifts, it is about change, it is about the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So there could be a lot of healing taking place for you right now. And even though it may seem and appear that it's dark, this is where the light can come in. This is where your awareness, and our awareness is the light, it's perception. Think of the dark when we have a flashlight, right? In the dark you can't see anything. But when you have the light and you flash your awareness on it, then everything is illuminated. So right now you're shining your light into those dark corners where you may have lost yourself along the way, okay? Your next card is the Buffalo, and it says, my thoughts, emotions, words, and actions are in alignment with the highest good for all concerned. I am generous with my time, attention, and resources, and in this way I spread love and joy. My peaceful attitude promotes goodwill for all. Look at that. See, this is you. You have this strong sense of self, and if you don't, you will. You have a lot of love and joy to spread, and it's for the goodwill of all. This is why you came. We have sardonyx, and it says, are you a generous person? Do you recognize that there is always plenty for you and plenty to share? Have you embraced extraordinary abundance and goodwill? Conscious business practices aligned with ethics and compassion fill your physical and spiritual bank account. Practice integrity and alignment with the cosmic order, and watch how your abundance grows on all levels. Oh, I love this. So, abundance can come in so many forms. It's not just always financial prosperity. It comes from love, and the more love you pour into your own heart, and have that gratitude for all the love that you have and all the love that you've been shown throughout your life, the love that's available to you, even if it was something that you found out in nature, with Mother Nature, and allowing her to be, your go-to for comfort and nurturing. It's acknowledging where you did have that in your life, and acknowledging those parts, acknowledging anything that's a higher vibration of love in your life, and that will continue to grow more. You will grow more, and that's how you create it for yourself by you pouring into yourself and acknowledging where you have it. Instead of focusing on where there's a lack, it's focusing on I have. And the more you have, the more you will have, the more will start to flow into you. It creates this vacuum for you to receive that love. I am a galactic starseed blooming. Look at that. I love that. It's card number 17. So we have two 17s here, which is an 88 that is about material success, abundance, spiritual abundance, a spiritual life, responsibility, financial well-being. So some of you may have had to, like, just, with mouse, you've had to just live on scraps, just barely survive off of crumbs, and you're tired of having to live in a space of lack. And so that's why you're being asked to plant those seeds within your own heart. See abundance everywhere, even if you're focusing on the abundance of air, the abundance of light, the abundance of grass, the abundance of the trees, the abundance of beauty in the sky. Those simple things like that, that is where you can begin. And that's how you tune into your heart space. It's going within and find all the ways where you can focus on abundance in any kind of way. I have an abundance of, gratitude for myself, for my strength, for my courage, for other like-minded people. I'm grateful for my friendships. I'm grateful for the love that I have in my life. I'm grateful for the ability to pay the bills that I can pay, things like that. And start working with those affirmations and planting those seeds in your heart and in your awareness, so you're no longer focusing on the lower vibrations of the past. You can start seeding those intentions for the future by acknowledging what you have here in the now. And the more you do that, the more you can start anchoring in and growing and nurturing those seeds of abundance, so that they can be, and so you can align with them here in the present moment. We have enter, one step forward, one step around. There you go. Just keep moving forward. If you find yourself thinking of these old patterns and that old mindset, catch yourself, and the faster you can catch yourself and recorrect your new thought patterns, your new thought process, the better you'll get the hang of it. It's just being consciously aware of where you're thinking of lack, or where you're starting to worry and you're starting to stress out that you're not going to be able to pay these bills, or the money's not coming in. Catch yourself being in fear, because it's a lower vibration, and you're trying to align yourself to a new phase, a new reality where you're not in lack, where money easily flows in, where love easily flows in, where opportunities are available. You're wanting to focus on that and create that for your reality. So catch every time that you're seeing yourself focusing on that. And this is card number 12, which is 3, and that's about expansion, creativity, abundance. So there is a new path for you ahead. You just have to let go of this old fear, this old pattern, this old mindset. Perhaps you had to struggle a lot when you were younger, and your family had a lot of struggle. We have see through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. So yeah, there's a lot of star seeds here. You may have come in onto the planet with seeds of abundance. You just have to germinate them within you. You have the codes within. You just have to connect to them and nurture them. So if you were born into a family that was struggling a lot, and there was always a lack of money, there was a lack of, of love or connection, whatever it may be, you came in to seed that awareness. You came in to seed that love and to grow it. It's part of why you incarnated here. And this is card number 25. So we have a lot of shifts and change. You're here to bring that change. You're here to bring that love. You are the starseed. All right, we're into the tarot. So now we have the Ace of Fire. Yes, this is the seed that you're meant to bring. We have opportunity, creativity, and action. This is that fire. This is the light that you came to bring into your family lineage. You are here to bring a new passion, new desires, new light, new awareness, a new beginning. something new light codes. And we have the Empress. Yes. Creation, abundance, and action. Look at that. You have the power to create life, to create love, to create abundance, to grow whatever it is that you want to grow. You just have to make the steps. And we have card number 3 and 3 here. So we have a 33, which is a master healer number, is a high level of spiritual understanding. It connects you to Source Creator, to Christ consciousness. Is a master teacher number here too. So when there's this beautiful feminine energy, this nurturing energy, and that's what you need to do, is nurturing these seeds of growth and potential. And you have the moon, look at that. Cycles, change, intuition, illusion, revelation. This is and look, we have the phase of the moon is shifting. You're stepping into a new cycle. It's the end of lack. It's a new beginning. We're shedding the skin of the past. We're embracing this new beginning. You're asking for change, and change is coming in. Pile number 2. Growth is coming. Happiness is coming. Keep nurturing these seeds of intention that you have. And this is card number 18, which is 9. Completion, closing chapters, fulfillment. A whole new cycle is coming in for you. I mean, that's exciting, right? Things are shifting. Oh, we have a number 5. So that's 2 5s, 55. That's massive change. Coming into alignment with your purpose. Transformation. Woohoo! It says belonging, learning, and traditions. Yeah, it's the end of this karmic cycle. It's the end of feeling a lack. I'm so happy for you. This is also, it's powerful change. Keep moving forward. We have a lot of forward movement. You're stepping out. Let's see what else we have. We have the dreamer. Look, and we have this. This is the Fool card. Beginning, believing, and protected. Believe in yourself. Trust in this happy ending. I mean, look, we have the end and a new beginning for you. Keep dreaming, focusing on your goals, focusing on the wealth coming in, the support coming in, the prosperity, the opportunities of growth, the opportunities of abundance, opportunities of partnership even. Keep believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, believing in Source Creator. You are being guided. It will come in for you. You have to know that you are worthy, that you are deserving. Don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your happy ending. You have the 10 of Earth. Look at that. It's the Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. This is the happy ending. It's prosperity, security, and tradition. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Oh my goodness. Have faith that your abundance is coming in. This is like the happily ever after card. Oh, my heart just opened for you guys. I'm so happy. You deserve this. You deserve this, pile number 2. You've worked so hard and you deserve it. Have the courage, have the faith, believe in yourself, believe that you are worthy, know that you are worthy, know that it's coming in. Have no doubt. It's the end of that, the end of worrying, forgiveness. Let go of anything you need to forgive. Let go of holding yourself to a certain standard, criticizing yourself, maybe even pushing yourself too hard and going, why isn't it happening? Let go and surrender and trust. We have nature. Mother Nature, continue to nurture yourself. Yes, make sure that you're staying grounded, that you're focusing on these blessings coming in, focusing on your happy ending. Keep seeing it come in and believing that it's coming. Focus on this dream. We have self-worth. Yes, yes, yes. Things happen when they are supposed to. In the angel's eyes, you are worthy of all the good that you can possibly imagine. You do not need to change to earn what you desire, or what the universe wants to bring to you. You are worthy of overcoming your challenges and improving your life in whatever way you wish. I love it. You are worthy and you are deserving. There's nothing you need to do, to change, to make yourself better or to be worthy or to be anything more than what you are. You were already born this way. And you have self-love. Oh, I am worthy of love. Focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. You are being encouraged by the angels to make your relationship with yourself your #1 priority. Rather than dwell upon the shortcomings, you must accept and embrace who you are. I mean, I love this. It's such great confirmation for you. You are worthy. Love yourself. Believe in yourself. And know that you are so deserving of this happy ending that is right around the corner for you. This is what's coming in. This is your new beginning. Your happily ever after. Yay! Pile #2. Congratulations. I hope these messages have answered your questions, what you've been seeking, what you've been asking, Spirit. I'm so happy for you, so proud of you. Congratulations. Oh, my heart expanded. Got a little emotional for you guys. All right, loves, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. It's starting to get dark back here. Whoa, I just turned the light on. There's the light coming in for you. How synchronistic. I love it. All right, pile #2. Thank you all for being here. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you don't know what to say, just say pile #2 as you're reading. Sending y'all lots of love. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a blessed day. Hi, pile #3. So you guys were drawn to the Tiger-Eye Dolphin and the card of love. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get your cards for your reading to see what answers are coming in for the questions that you may have regarding love. Alright, we're going to get a couple of oracle cards and some tarot. Pile #3, please. What are the, oops, let me fix these. Answers for the questions pile #3. Let's go with some tarot. #3. I feel like there's a new beginning for you. Card #1. New beginnings. Manifesting independence. Pile #3. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so a lot of the tarot ones that come through. I was wondering why I wasn't getting a lot of the other cards. Pile #3, please. Okay. And let's get a few of these, and that should be good. Whoa. Messages for pile #3. What are the answers to the questions they've been asking? Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, your card says, Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. And we have the bicolor tourmaline. It says, are you drawn to specific colors? Do you find benefit from crystal alignments? Are you mimicking someone, or is someone copying you? Embrace the colors of the rainbow in food choices, clothing, and all of life. Spend time in the sun. Crystal healing is a good way to balance your energy. Observe the benefits of what others are doing and make your way of being and doing. So what I love about this is it's bicolor. It's the coming together, the joining of two into one. Let's see what the back is. We have the parrot. I enjoy working and playing with color and crystals. All types of gemstones help me rebalance my energy. I model the habits of successful people to improve my success. It's easy for me to speak up for myself. I shine my light brightly and acknowledge my magnificence. I am brilliant, gorgeous, and fabulous. Ooh, okay, so I have a little bit of self-love coming through here. So maybe some of you have been struggling to find that one, to find that partner. And right now, what Spirit's asking you to do is to acknowledge like your own beauty, your own love, and your own worthiness. And the more that you can focus on loving yourself, you start to create a magnetic energy about yourself that becomes very, attractive to other people. And you start to become a magnet for people to start becoming more aware of your energy and more aware of your light, because you're not putting out an energy of like desperation or chasing. What you want to do is to be sitting kind of like on your throne and allowing the suitors, allowing the love to come to you, instead of you being the active person seeking. You've put an energy of like push out there, and what you're wanting to do is create a circuit of energy where you create a vacuum of love coming in, love flowing towards you. And the way you do that is by pouring your focus and your awareness and your attention inwards on yourself. I love me, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am beautiful, I am attractive, I am attracting the right partner, things like that. Working with your mantras and believing in yourself, believing in your beauty, acknowledging your beauty, acknowledging your worth, acknowledging that you are deserving of attracting a partnership, of equal partnership, one that values and respects you and honors you, a healthy relationship by having a healthy relationship with yourself. Yeah, and acknowledging like all the uniqueness about you. So if you feel like, you're a little different, or you're a little awkward, or a little quirky, or a little weird, whatever, that's what makes you beautiful, is your uniqueness. You're not a copy of everyone else. There's something different about you, and that's what makes you special. And I know it's like a little cliche, but it's not. Like, there's something unique about you. And so it requires, not just a normal love, you know what I mean? It's that right person, somebody who's in an alignment with your frequency, who values and just loves, that you're not afraid to shine your light. You're not afraid to be yourself. And the more you can embrace your truth, your authentic self, all aspects of who you are, the more you're going to attract somebody who sees that and like loves that about you, that you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not allowed to speak your truth. You're not allowed to be authentic. You don't care what anybody else thinks. You're not seeking anybody's approval. You just are who you are, and you are, it's beautiful. It radiates such a light, and it's very attractive. And so that's what Spirit wants you to do, is acknowledge your playful, fun, colorful nature, everything about you, and keep shining that light, and love yourself, because this is going to bring in that healthy, balanced relationship of somebody who sees it and adores it. Let's see what else we have. We have magnetite octahedron. Ooh. Are you ready to awaken your consciousness? How discerning are you? Are you too judgmental? Did you realize the power of just being? There is great value in going within to sort out your thoughts. Establish the space to make order out of chaos. Gain clarity on the difference between judgment and observation. Ooh, so see, maybe you judge yourself a little too harshly. Maybe you're very judgmental and critical over yourself, and perhaps over mistakes you've made. Maybe you've not been very good at choosing particular partnerships and relationships. And that's because, before you didn't have the awareness that you have now. And those other relationships were teaching you more about your needs and how you want to be loved and how you want to be treated by going through those experiences. And now you know what red flags to look for and what types of behaviors not to tolerate and what boundaries to put in. Who is somebody that just, they tell me what I want to hear, but their actions don't match, or they're very attractive, but we don't connect emotionally. We don't have stimulating conversations. We just are very good in the bedroom, but that's as far as it goes, and that's not something that's long lasting. That's a limited experience, and you're looking for like the full meal deal, right? We want that true love. And so it's knowing your worth and your value and not just settling, okay? What do we have? We have the bear on the back. It's easy for me to go within and to know the truth. I take time for inner reflection. Contemplative thoughts help me reveal and process thoughts and feelings. I awaken my awareness through quiet time and meditation. I am a clear channel, and my filters allow me great mental clarity. So yeah, there's something that you need to go within and acknowledge. There's some hurt, some pain, some perspective that you have about yourself or even about relationship that needs shifting, that needs your awareness, that needs your love and attention. And it could be the way that you judge yourself or shame yourself for your unique beauty or your unique quirkiness, whatever the case may be. And perhaps there was somebody who made you feel like you weren't good enough, and that could be something that you're holding on to, and it's something that you need to free yourself. It's an old pattern. It's a false belief. It really has nothing to do with you. We just kind of internalize our pain sometimes, and we kind of like go against ourselves, and we start shaming ourselves as if we're the problem, when really it was the other person couldn't live up to your standard of love. They didn't have that kind of love to offer and give you, and you're looking for something different. You're looking for a specific type of love. And to tell you the truth, it's like your love, really, it's you need to give yourself love. You need to give yourself validation. And the more you can do that for yourself, the more other people are going to want to acknowledge that and pour that into you too, because you are being your authentic self. You're not hiding it away. You're not shaming yourself because you want to be loved a specific kind of way. There's nothing wrong with that. We have your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. See, and I feel like this is you shining your light. And it's, sometimes it can be a little lonely. We have the lighthouse, right? And they're like the only one from miles away. But see, there's all these other stars here who are shining their light too, and they have the same frequency. And this is the thing, like when you are your authentic self, when you're shining your light, you're wearing the type of clothes you want to wear, you dye your hair, maybe you wear your makeup, maybe you got tattoos, whatever it is that makes you unique, the more you can, the more you can embrace that aspect of yourself, you put out the signal to attract like-minded individuals. It's like, I like her style. She's not afraid to be herself. I love the way she puts herself together. Or I like the way he presents himself. He's very charming. He's very sure of himself. He's very noble. He's very... We have this little spider that just came on the board. So, and spiders are weavers of their own reality. It's a beautiful thing, but it's like it's finding those connections, you know what I mean, and making those connections to people who are like you, and that's because you're not afraid to shine your light, to love yourself, and to be proud of yourself and say, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And not everybody's going to like you, but that's okay. We don't like everybody either. And so it's being more selective about who we give our heart to and who we share those intimate moments with. And it's by connecting with our true self and allowing ourselves to be who we truly are, our authentic self. And that puts out the signal, this vibration that attracts your tribe to you. Okay? We have right into this reality. I love that we have the spider come through. This is your story to tell, you know, creating your own web of life. You know, you're meant to have that happy ending, you know, and so it's, what is it that you want for yourself, and go get it. Create that for yourself. Create that happy ending. I'm going to put this over here. You know, maybe you need to write down what it is you're looking for in a partner, and start to focus on that within yourself, and start pouring that in, you know, creating your tapestry, so to say. All right, let's get into your tarot. We have the Seven of Water. It says choices, overanalyzing, and procrastination. So yeah, okay, so sometimes, and it's being realistic, right? We don't want to put down things like, oh, they gotta have, you know, this color hair, and they gotta have this much money, this kind of job. That's all like superficial stuff. Like you're wanting to get to the core of what you're looking for. Like, you know, I want them to be humorous, have a good sense of humor. I want them to be honorable, loyal, trustworthy, protect me. I want them to be, what is it? It's another one. Noble, you know, somebody that I can count on, somebody who has who's empathic, just like me, you know, who's not afraid to be themselves or do the right thing, you know, that kind of stuff. What is the truth? What is it that you're really seeking from a relationship, you know? We have the Page of Fire, creative, enthusiastic, and motivated. Yes. Get creative with it. I mean, not to the point where, I mean, this is about you expressing your creativity and your true self here. Let's see what else. We have the Four of Water. Yeah, you can also, you know, look at the past relationships. Where did you find, you know, where you were discontent with the relationship? Where were you not happy? What made you feel unsatisfied? And instead of focusing on those things, it's bringing into your awareness the truth of the matter. Not all that glitters is gold, you know, not all the looks and everything. Sometimes, like, there must be chemistry, right? Like, we must have an attraction to the person that we're with, of course. But, like, it isn't only about the looks, you know what I mean? And so if in the past we were only focused on one thing, that's where we need to apply our wisdom and our knowledge, and understand that this is where I went wrong in this relationship, and so going forward, I now know how to navigate, or how not to just settle for this. You know, I know what I want now. I know what I need from a relationship. Maybe in the past you've had people who were just very self-absorbed and only worried about themselves. And I feel like you're looking for that person who pours into your cup just as much as you're pouring into their cup, right? That's that give and take balance in a relationship, and where we want that. I mean, and everybody does. That's what we're all searching for. We're searching for that person that gets you, that understands you, where if you're sick, they're not shaming you to hurry up and get better because they're having to take care of you, or you're causing them to take on more responsibilities. Like somebody who truly loves you, like they're there supporting you, they love you, they care for you, and they don't want you to suffer in any kind of way, so they do their best to try and help you, but they're not somebody who's taking advantage of you or the situation either, you know? they care about you, and they're not going to blame you or judge you or shame you if they're having to take on a little bit more responsibilities to help you get better, you know? And when somebody says they're sorry, they're not turning around and, shaming you for it. So there's a lot of balance that's required in relationships, but you have to make sure that you're giving yourself as much love as you're giving to the other person, and that the other person is doing the same. So we have the star coming through with inspiration, fulfillment, and having faith. Have faith. But it's also about balance too. But this is your true love, And we have the Emperor as well. Yeah, see, and I feel like this is what you're searching for, that leader. That I feel like, yeah, you're asked to be getting a little bit more structure in your life, and having a little more awareness about what it is that you truly want from a relationship, by having a better relationship with yourself. Getting to know your wants, your needs, and your desires, and understanding the choices that you made in the past and how you can bring forth change and awareness moving forward, so you don't end up repeating the same mistakes, or having the same repetitive relationships over and over again, and then just not finding fulfillment or happiness in your life. And it requires you to step up and take charge of your choices and take responsibility for those choices and your actions, So you have 2 5s here, 55. It's a lot of change and forward movement coming in and coming into alignment. All right, let's see what else we have. We have the 2 of air. Choices. Let's put this one up over here. Yeah. Sometimes you may have, had to make some hard choices, and I feel like you may have to make some hard choices about what is right for you and who is right for you in your life, and deciding what feels like love and what doesn't feel like love, what feels like support and what feels like shaming, and where do you allow yourself to be treated less than your worth, less than your value. Perhaps you may have had some of those really harsh, toxic, narcissistic partnerships in the past, where you're super empathic and you just love and you can easily forgive, and you overlook people's shortcomings and you give them grace and understanding. But in doing so, sometimes you can allow people to overstep boundaries and end up being very reckless and careless with your heart, and it makes you feel like you're not worthy and you're not good enough, or that you didn't do enough in the relationship, and that you have to constantly keep pouring into their cup and doing more to prove yourself worthy and lovable, and you still haven't had that love returned to you. And it is because you're pouring into the wrong cup. You're giving to the wrong people. You're giving to people who don't deserve you, who don't see you, who don't value you and appreciate you. And that's what needs to change. You need to make those choices. You need to say, no, I'm going to choose me. I choose my heart. And my heart's tired of being put on the back burner. So I got to start loving me and focusing on my needs. And it's not in a selfish way. It's in a way where if you were to come to somebody who says they love you, and you say like, hey, I need to speak to you because there's some things that are coming to my attention, and we need to work on this, because this really hurts my feelings when this happens, and they just start attacking you and shaming you, and then start bringing up some issue that they have with you like weeks ago that you may have done, and they never brought it to your awareness, but they're kind of like justifying why it's okay for them to treat you badly, instead of just like understanding where you're coming from and trying to say, oh my goodness, I had no idea, I'm sorry, like I'll never do that again, or what can we do to compromise, whatever the case may be. They want to keep you in their life, and they don't want you hurting and suffering. They don't want to cause you pain. They cherish you and they love you, and they don't want you feeling that way or thinking that way. That's somebody who truly cares and truly loves you, because they validate your feelings and they make you feel like you are worth fighting for. And so sometimes you need to make those choices to walk away from people who don't make you feel that way. And it's choosing you. All right, we have the Three of Water, celebration, community, and friendships. Yay! So this is what we're looking for, right? You're looking for people who are like-minded, people who are like you. And the more you shine your light, the more you're going to attract like-minded souls into your reality, into your community, into your life. You're going to have this healthier relationships, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for like right partnership, right? You're looking for that love, people who see your light and respect it and love it and cherish it. Lots of transformation. We have this beautiful butterfly here. So yeah, you're going to go through a lot of change. You're changing because you want this love, and you're going to start seeing all the ways where you settle for less. We have the Six of Water, memories, childhood, and nostalgia. Yeah, you're going to be looking back. There may be something in your childhood maybe where all this stems from, where you may have been felt like you weren't good enough, or maybe you needed to hide your light or hide your true self. Maybe you were picked on or bullied or something, or told that maybe you were a little too wild, or something that made you feel like that invalidated you and made you feel like you weren't good enough in some kind of way. So, but this is where the healing's going to come from, because you're going to start learning to love yourself and giving yourself that self-validation and approval, and no longer looking outside of yourself for that. You're going to start shining your light, being your authentic self, loving yourself, believing in your worth, and you're going to start finding that love starts coming in, these friendships, this soul tribe starts coming in. Look, and you have support. Exactly. Your soul family is going to come in. And we have balance. Yes, nice. Let's actually move these over a little bit. Here we go. Balance, love, balance, support is coming in for you. That's exciting. You need to spend more time play and engaging in your inner child's like needs and happiness and what they need, what did they feel like they lacked when they were younger. If you felt like you didn't have support, or you didn't have that unconditional love, you didn't have that approval, give it to yourself. Start pouring into your own cup. Start seeing your beauty, your uniqueness as a gift. You're not a copy. You're not like everyone else. You're meant to stand out. Okay, we have forgiveness. The door to my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. The angels want you to remember that self-forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. You need to approach it exactly as you would approach forgiving someone else, with a lack of ego, a compassionate heart, and a patient and persevering mind. Look at that. So if there's definitely practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself for tolerating people treating you in a way that you don't deserve, and for allowing it to go on for longer than it needed to. And it's just because you were learning how to love yourself better, and the type of love that you don't want anymore. And through going through those experiences, you know what your needs are, and you know what the type of relationship is that you're looking for going forward, and having that healthy relationship with yourself. Keep going to your, I love me, I love you, and keep saying those things. Say, I love you, and whatever your name is, insert your name. I love you. And I just had this hummingbird moth come into my studio here, because I have the door open in my light. So I'm not sure the significance and the symbolism of them, But you know, hummingbirds, I know they themselves represent miracles and they're joy bringers. But it's a moth, and you know, moths are drawn to, you know, the light and the dark. So I feel like that is a sign for you that you are such a bright light, and you're going to have other like-minded souls, you know, connect to you on the path the more you can embrace your uniqueness. All right, and then you have grounding for your final card. It says, I am steady and grounded. Your attention is directed up too high as if you're not in your body. A balance is needed between focus on spirit and a focus on earth. Grounding will help you to better concentrate and focus, and will also increase your connections to the angels. Okay, so with the grounding card coming through, I feel like it's to bring your awareness to the present moment and not to focus so much on the past where things went wrong, or where things didn't go well, or choices that you made that weren't in your highest good, or with the awareness that you even have now today. Forgive yourself and allow yourself grace, because you're learning. We're all learning. And that's the whole point of this journey, is to have experiences so that we can learn from them. But we have to learn from them and not keep making those same choices over and over again and being stuck in a pattern, stuck in a cycle of the same experience over and over again, you know? And the more you can bring your awareness to the present moment, come into your heart space, and question those thoughts that come up for you. If there's an old pattern or an old memory, you know, forgive yourself, forgive the other person, thank yourself, thank the other person for the lessons you were learning through those experiences. You understand where you may have maybe not given the most attention to what was happening in the moment, but you are aware now of the choices that are available to you. And at the time, maybe you thought that was the only choice you had, and so you did the best you could, you know. And so allow yourself grace and keep moving forward. Pile number 3, this is your new beginning. This is your chance to have true love, the chance to love yourself and see your beauty and shine your unique light, so that you can attract people who are authentic, people who are deserving of your love. Okay, you are the one who gets to sit on the throne and choose who is worthy of giving your heart to. And not everybody deserves to have your heart, because not everybody is going to be careful with it. Some people are just reckless and careless, you know. And you deserve somebody who treasures it and loves it and sees your value. So make sure that you see your value and know your worth, okay? All right, pile number 3, these were your messages. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this has answered some of your questions that you may have been giving to the universe. I'm sending you so much love. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Or just let me know pile number 3 was your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.